If you're under the age of 60, you actually got a 6.3% increase in your Social Security benefits. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. And I guarantee you're like, what? I thought the COLA was 5.9. It is 5.9 for those above the age of 60. It's 6.3 for those under. So let me show you what I'm talking about. It's critical you understand this stuff. All right. So this is estimates from the 2021 Trustees Report for the SSA.gov, the Social Security Administration. All right. The table below shows future estimated cost of living adjustments and estimated future percentage increase in the national AWI, the average wage index. These estimates are derived from the intermediate assumptions from the 2021 Trustees Report. The AWI is used to index an individual's earnings through the age of 60 to the benefit calculation formula. And the COLA is used to increase benefits annually thereafter. The COLA shown for a year is effective for December of that year, but it'll pay in January. All right, so check this out. This is the actual amount for the COLA for Social Security. All right, these are the assumptions. AWI is assumed to grow at 6.3. We don't know what's going to happen yet, as we say here today, but it's interesting. The increase in AWI is 40 basis points higher than the increase in COLA. And look at this. In 2022, it's almost twice that. 2023 is one. I mean, look at that. 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. So the COLA for Social Security is only 2.4. That's their estimate. Well, they don't know, man. I mean, no one knows. But what happens is this is what they're assuming. And this is what I use in Right Capital, by the way. Everyone's like, well, I got a 5.9 increase. Yeah, but their estimates of 2.4. However, their estimates on an AWI increase is basically not quite half that, but twice that, but basically 50% higher, which is good because that's me. Right here, 2030, I will be 60 years old, as which case then we'll stop my AWI and go into my COLA. And I'd much rather have a 3.6, 3.7, 3.6, 3.4, 4.3, 6.3 AWI than a 2.4% COLA. So let me and again, actual amount is determined under automatic adjustment provision. So the actual amount is 5.9. So let me show you how this works. So we're going to go to the indexing factor for earnings from the SSA.gov. I love this right here. It's just fantastic. You type in your year of eligibility. All right, so the year of eligibility is when you turn 62 years old, if that makes sense. So let's put it this way. We're going to read this. Wage indexing depends on the year for which a person is first eligible to receive benefits. For retirement, eligibility is at 62. So if a person reaches 62 in 2022, then 2022 is his first year of eligibility. So we're going to say, that's what we're going to say. We're going to turn 62 in 2022. So our first year of eligibility will be next year. Then we're going to click on this, and it's going to bring us the indexing factors, which is what they use to give you a higher benefit of your Social Security from what you actually earned in these previous years. All right, so let's just say 20 years. You're 62 next year, which meant you probably started working in 1980. I'll just give you that example. 1980, yeah, it'd be 40 years of working, right? About 40 years of working. So 1980. If you made $25,000 in 1980 numbers, you times that by 4.44. 25,000 times 4.44. That means that's worth $111,000 in today's numbers. If you made $12,000 in 1984, $12,000 times what do we say? 1980, 4.44. That give you 53,000. So you got to know what your index. I mean, you don't have to. I think you should do. You should know what your indexing numbers is. Now we're going to see the last 2 years they always use 1. Once you turn 60, they use a 1% indexing. All right. So now I can't stress this enough. You're using 1%. Actually, I think they do use a COLA for the next 2 years. I think they do. So I think you will get the 5.9. I can't remember. I think you do get the 5.9. If memory serves. Either way, it doesn't matter. Well, I guess it does matter. You'd want to know that. But anyway, so here you go. So the first year of eligibility is 2022. You can see these are the numbers they're using from the previous earnings that you have. I had a guy email me the other day, and I was like, oh my goodness. He was so destitute. He goes, I'm only going to make, on my total Social Security earnings are only like $1 million. And so I'm only going to make $900 a month in Social Security benefit. I was like, dude, you're not indexing. You got to index. You got to index. You got to index. you're just using you're looking at your statement, which I don't have here, and you're saying, oh, I made 22,000 in 1990, I made 23,000 in 1994, and you're adding all those up, and then you're dividing by 420. That's not how it works. You've got to index. You got to inflate it, is what it is. And again, so indexing, this is what you use. You figure what your benefit is on your social, not what your benefit, what your income was on your Social Security statement for 1989, and you times that by 2.76. That's what you do to get your indexed earnings. It's not based on your actual earnings, it's based on your index earnings. And you do this for each and every year. And then you add them up, your top 35, you add them up and you divide by 420. And that gives your average index monthly earnings. And there's been points that go into that, but still, that is what your Social Security is based on. I just, for the type of life, I can't remember the last 2 years. I don't want to say it doesn't matter. It's not going to matter that much. But anyway, be as it may. So this is for someone born in 2022. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to say, all right, I was born in I'm not someone born in 2022, but someone whose first year of eligibility was 2022. All right, when they turn 62. My first year of eligibility will be in 2032. When I turn 62, let's see what it looks like. And so we're going to go down to 2021, and right here, they're just assuming, they don't know the numbers yet. So we're assuming these are the numbers for 2021. We don't know exactly what it's going to be because it hasn't come out yet. But if that goes from 3.8 to, what was it, to 6.3, that's a huge benefit, man, huge. So here's your indexing factors for someone born in 2021. Point being is, this is what we'd use to calculate your increase in benefits from what they were today. I cannot stress how indexing works. It's the way you inflate your actual dollars that you pay taxes on for Social Security relative to essentially the average wage index, which has significantly increased more than the cost of living adjustment. So the people who made 5.9, you and I didn't make that. We're going to make anything but 5.9. And it looks like it could be significantly more, but 6.3 is significantly more than 5.9, which is good. So the people who made 5.9, they're living life, but those are the people who are 60 years and above. The people below 60 are going to have a significant higher average wage index. Most likely. We don't know yet, just FYI. So if we go back to the Social Security thing, their assumption here is 6.3. We don't know. But anyway, so then we look back at the indexing, and you see, I always use this right here. My first year in the Army is right here. I made like $9,000. So I take my $9,000 and I times that by 4.073. That means my first year of indexing numbers was $36,000, if that makes sense. So it's not $9,000 I use, it's $36,000. All right, so let's keep going. I want to show you something else. So here's the cost of living adjustments. We'll just go back to 2009. You can see we have 1, 2, 3 years going back to 2009 where we had zero cost of living adjustments. Nothing. So from 2009 to 2021, that's what, 11, 12 years. 3 of them we had zero cost of living. 2016 we had 0.3. 2000 we had 1, 2, 3. Let's just count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those 12 years were less than 2% cost of living adjustment. All right, so now let's look at the AWI is. Hold on just a second. Average wage index series. All right, so we're going to go back to 2009. We see it was down. So that year, if your first year of eligibility was if you turned 60 in 2009, you actually lost. It wasn't substantial, thankfully, but you got bad luck. There's no other way around that, because this is the whole issue we had for last year. If you turned 60 in 2020, theoretically, you could have got smoked. You didn't. But hey, check this out. We have how many years is our AWI less than 2%? 1, 2, 3. That's it. So significantly higher increases in AWI than increases in COLA. And this is one of the issues that people say about retirees who are on Social Security. They're not using the typical retiree COLA. And look, I kind of agree with that without question. But for AWI, we're increasing it by the average wage index, which is actually going up substantially more than the cost of living adjustment for Social Security is using for if you're already retired. And we can argue about that, but that's just the numbers that they are. So you see, if we go back to this guy right here, in 2020, And again, this is going to be for the AWI is what they use, and they use your indexing number is different based on your earliest year eligibility. So you can't extrapolate these data and put it back to the AWI because it's based on your earliest years of eligibility. I know, clear as mud, but still, this is how it works. And you can see the AWI has gone up significantly more than COLA, and as such, the more you this is why you want to get as much paycheck into Social Security as possibly can. Don't defer too, or don't try to finagle it too much, or you have more under the table income, or you're taking income out as a dividend as opposed to Social Security, because this is the time that you're going to get your best bang for the buck on Social Security is until you're the age of 60. Hope that makes sense. Love to hear your thoughts. This is good stuff. All right, we'll see you.